Today we will talk about all the dip buying opportunities there are in Bitmine. As you know, we are here one of the biggest or the biggest Bitmine influencer channel on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe and like if you want to have daily updates. We make daily 2 videos about Bitmine, and make sure to not miss this, okay? This stock goes to $1,000 over time, and this is for sure granted with two big drivers. First, that we will accumulate about 6 million Ethereums, and second, Ethereum price will sure have maximum rallies to $20,000 per Ethereum, because there's a lot of drivers for Ethereum to go up, like the US Genius Act, the drivers that stable coins are mostly on ETH, and that ETH will be accumulated by Bitmain in a very fast fashion. But in the beginning, it's always you buy something and you hope to go, up immediately, right? Well, I can tell you from Palantir, from Nvidia, from Tesla, from Hood, that this is not the case, okay? Even Hood, one of our top picks, went from IPO price 40 to 5 just to see it go to 100, okay? So what do? You just don't buy at 40 and wait. You actually buy and buy and buy and buy. And today we will talk about all of these buying opportunities, when to buy, how to determine when to buy, and so on. You will have 3 major points when to average down, and here in this video we will talk about everything. So make sure to stay tuned.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
So the first occasion that you will use to buy more Bitmine, or you just get your first position, is actually when it's now. Now is always the best buy time ever, okay? Because if a stock will go up over time, you barely can time the market. So if you haven't yet, get yourself some Bitmine. But the second best opportunity to purchase is actually the current volatility. So we see that Trump comes out with new tariffs. We see the market is cooling down a little bit. So obviously Bitmine, as a kind of trendy ticker and a huge retail stock, will be volatile as hell, okay? The one day you will see it 12% up, the other day you will see it 12% down. And I believe that once you see the 30s, 29s, this kind of numbers, you should really have a bunch ready, okay? A bunch of cash that you can pull into the stock. I can tell you from a personal experience, I put all my life savings into Tesla, and Tesla absolutely went down by 50%, and I just kept on averaging down, and then it exploded, and then my life saving went 10x. And I think something similar can happen with Bitmine, just you need to be patient over the next couple of months. So first of all, make sure all of those volatile times you use to accumulate, not every week, not every day, but in a time fashion of a monthly basis. This is actually quite good if you can do that, because you have an income. So set aside some kind of cash that you put into Bitmine, and I feel that the first market volatility will impact Bitmine quite heavily, and that's why you should use those volatilities to buy more. And now let's dive into the much bigger opportunity when you should really load the boat, and then we should talk about the absolute maximum opportunity out there. Before we diving into that, make sure to check out X30trading.com, my old product, where we have a software where we send you all our trades all automatically into your portfolio. It's one of the best products that we have ever created, and we average about 10 to 15% per month on the time horizon of the last 3 years. So make sure to check it out and schedule a call with me personally, and we see if you are a fit for our group. You need $10,000 or more, and make sure to schedule a call on X30trading.com. And let's dive in. And those are the news that absolutely will let Ethereum skyrocket, okay? And the second time where you should really load the boat on Bitmine is when Ethereum goes up and Bitmine goes down, okay? You will create an asymmetric opportunity. And here's, for example, an Eric ETF who obviously talks about the newest developments in Ethereum, and he said the following, and Tom Lee, our chairman in Bitmine, actually shared this. The SEC just just lit a rocket under Ethereum. So Chair Paul Atkins, the new under President Trump, the new SEC chairman, created a kind of reforms for the crypto world, and he titled the speech American Leadership in the Digital Finance Revolution. And he said a couple of things. So ETH is not a security. It has a clear, or will have a clear token framework, on-chain finance greenlit, and support for tokenization asset. And this is one of the most important things, guys. If everything will be tokenized, from buildings, from your garden, you know, property, businesses, and so on, Ethereum will absolutely be the core product for that. This is a clear advantage to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first mover in the S&P 500, but Ethereum could be the NASDAQ, okay? Because it will be used for things. And also remember, Ethereum, right now, Bitmine makes $100 million by staking Ethereum in a year. So Bitmine is already having a lot of opportunity here in income from its holding, and it's just getting started. So if you consider that, if they reach their 6 million worth of Ethereum, they will have $1 billion in income every year just from staking, okay? And I feel that they will make much more than 5% over time. They will not stop at 5%, okay? They will say, okay, now that we reach 5%, let's go for 10, 15% of the network, right? So it will be absolutely insane, but you need to have the long-term vision for that. And you need to buy when the stock is low right now and it's going lower, and you buy more. So make sure that you know also that corporate traders will be allocating. He actually gives green light for companies like Bitmine to really accumulate Ethereum, and giving like a green light for building this huge treasure company of an asset that will be absolutely exploding over the next couple of months, okay? So I think that was a quite interesting story here. But beside that, when you consider Ethereum going up and Bitmine going down, there's also a great opportunity. But another fantastic opportunity to buy more Bitmine is when it's going below the NAV price, okay? Net asset value. We talked about it in our couple of other videos. Make sure to check them out. The most important is here that it's when Bitmine goes under $23, it's below the value of the asset that they have in their treasury. That's like buying a house that has $1 million in cash in their basement and buying it for, let's say, $500,000 or $800,000. And now imagine there's a printer in the house, in the basement of this house, and it prints more money. This is essentially what Bitmine is. It's a house that you invest in, and down in the basement there's a pile of cash, and it's printing more and more cash, okay? So we expect every month like 25% more cash. So usually if the premium of the stock on the NAV, which is, you know, about now like $10, $8, depending where Bitmine is trading off. But I think when the craziness of the stock market starts again, you have incredible bull runs, then it's always getting crazy, okay, with premium. So let's say we will have 100% premium on NAV, okay? Then we will directly see a $40, $50, $60 stock as long as Bitmine just increases their asset. And they will. That's the pure reason this company exists now. They changed their Bitmining service and they said, like, you know, we will not do this anymore. We will focus 100% on buying more Ethereum, okay? See how lean this company is. It basically have very few costs and just buying an asset that is going up over time. And now is the best time because this regulation in the US, this administration is going like all in on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, on crypto, okay? It's the most positive administration on crypto since ever, guys, okay? This is different. This is like the gold mining in San Francisco back then, and everybody is going to get their shuffles and going to San Francisco to get those golds. And I believe that Ethereum will have maximum exposure. And just from a psychological point of view, if you see that, okay, Bitcoin, you know, went to 120, where does it go? There's not so many use cases except for like store of value, but Ethereum is different. Ethereum will be the bloodstream of tokenization of everything, and the SEC chairman is fully behind. So if the legal framework is there, everything gets much more easier for Bitmine to accumulate this growing asset, okay? So I think that this is an unbelievable opportunity. And there's one more thing that we will talk about in this video, and make sure to stay for the last part. Sometimes on Wall Street, you have this very unique opportunities. I will just give you some. So when Tesla was absolutely bad news and, close to bankruptcy, I invested my life savings and I was crazy rewarded, right? Then we had Nvidia when the ChatGPT moment. I was never a big fan of Nvidia. And then I was thinking, wow, this will change everything what we do in our daily life. They produce the hardware, the shuffles for this gold rush in AI. Then, you have seen this company that is called Palantir that is absolutely exploding because it has a crazy, CEO, and you see this crazy growth and this very unique niche AI product, and the company, because of all the retails, went crazy. I believe that Bitmine is one of those opportunities, okay? I know that there's a couple of out there that say, it will not work, but it's a very simple path they are on. It's very simple to fulfill this vision. They have a ultra league of the best guys in the business. Tom Lee as chairman, Katie Wood as retail queen, Peter Thiel as the most advanced and most craziest billionaire investor that see things and is in things before everyone else. Then you have obviously Stanley Druckenmiller, who is like, the goat of investor. If they see potential in Bitmine, they are much more smarter than you and me. So the best thing you can do, because the stock market is quite, let's say, transparent, they have to disclose what they buy. This is your advantage, guys, okay? Use this advantage, because this advantage is there for you for a short window of time. Stocks, if they got discovered, and Bitmine is just on the way to get discovered, this is the 30x opportunity that is out there over the next couple of months and maybe 1 or 2 years. But then it's gone, okay? You will not run around behind Bitmine when it's 150. And maybe you will just discover Bitmine when it's 300. And maybe you will see that the vision just all played out, as I said on this video, at $700. And then what? You will bite your ass because like, oh, I didn't listen. Oh, I didn't, saw that very clear path that I explained over 120 videos. Like, make sure to get a portion of your long-term portfolio into Bitmine. And I'm promising you that this will change your portfolio completely, okay? Now is the time where we go into the market where it's quite more volatile, huge opportunity for Bitmine to buy more Ethereum for less maybe, and you can buy more Bitmine for less until we reach, and I promise you we will, a crazy bull run that will put what we had in 2020, it will outshine everything, because AI is pulling the market up and AI will revolutionize everything. And also crypto will play a huge part in the new world. Like, you can see even companies like Robinhood, they say like it's just a token away, their presentation in south of France. You remember that? I talked about it in my other Hood video, where they want to tokenize everything. They want to take the private equity market and tokenize it, and in the end of the day you will be able to buy everything on Hood. Your house, part of your neighbor's house if you want to, and if he allows that, you can buy 5% of a land in the US or somewhere else. Everything will be on chain and everything will be tokenized, and the SEC is on board. You have companies like Robinhood that offer the service to all their investors, and then you have Ethereum going absolutely sky high. And with that, all the treasury companies, specifically those who have the best team, the best branding, the best retail herd behind them, will go absolutely nuts. And with that said, I want to see what you think about, Ethereum as well as Bitmine. Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for everyday 2 videos about Bitmine. Check out xndaytrading.com if you want to trade with us, all done for you. And I see you tomorrow.